Do you want to Bonbon? Do you want to try and like negotiate your way out of this situation?
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay. You could use. I think in this case it's less negotiation and more like etiquette. I assume you don't have etiquette. Police.
I have street etiquette.
I have etiquette.
Yeah. What
Police
etiquette do you have?
I have 5 etiquette.
What kind of etiquette is it?
Street etiquette.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Well, you can help. One of you can throw a die to the other, but the target number will be slightly higher if you're using street to try to get a cop to do what you want.
could she roll her street to help my negotiation?
It's not a negotiation because you're not like if you were a lawyer.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so you can roll etiquette with an extra die than you normally would. Target number is going to be.
So I'll just come up next to her while she's like freaking out at this guy and be like, "Hello, is there a problem? Can we help you with something? What's going on here? You look like a grumpy pants right now, not gonna lie."
Okay. Well, you scrape by, you get it. I think he's distracted because he's like, oh god, like, I hate trolls, I also hate this elf, and he's a hippie. Oh man, this is just too much. And I think that eventually, they like back down and they're like, all right, look, this is way more hassle. It was when it was just 2 of us and this one troll who wasn't really putting up a fight. That's fine, but like, okay, we got better shit to do. And maybe they try to make an excuse out of it. Like, there's a noise in the cop car, and one of the cops is like, oh, we gotta go, man. There's a 412 in Redmond. Let's go. We gotta go. And then the cop is like, yeah, we got better things to do. And then looks at Crusher and is like, yeah, you better get permits for these. Big guy.
Yeah, just give him a thumbs up.
All right, they get in the car and they fuck off. And the orc that like spoke up before, he comes up to you, Crusher, as you like get a step away from the wall.
Okay. I'm just smiling and looking down at him.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey man, you okay?" And he like puts his arm on your arm. He's like, he would put it on your shoulder, but you're like way up here, so he just kind of touches your bicep.
Yeah, I with my other arm, I grab his arm and like put it over my heart, and I just nod.
Okay. All right. He's like, cool, man. Those fucking pigs. Look, I'm and he like looks kind of like he's trying to decide whether to tell you his like actual name or his like cool like street guy name, and he's like, I'm Tom, and he like reaches into his pocket and he gives you a card.
As soon as he does that, my eyes like light up, and I'm like, one, like wait, and I open my compartment and hand him my card.
Okay, so you're both just. It's a very Japanese exchange. Just hand each other your cards
with this T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he looks at your card and kind of seems like confused, but also like you can see like he's sort of like there's a pitying expression. Maybe you don't pick up on it, but
right.
You know, the more emotive members of the party notice this like exchange going on. The card that you get on one side has just a series of like strange marks that you don't recognize. Like it's a language, but you don't recognize the language. And on the back, it's written in English. It just says the words "Orc Underground" and says if you need help, and there's a number.
Okay.
Like a phone number.
All right.
Yeah, and so he like. You know, he looks at the card again and puts it in his pocket and he like pats you on the chest. And now that he's read it, his attitude towards you, like he's a little more patronizing, a little more like, all right, buddy, it'll be okay. And and he's like, if you ever need anything, and he kind of like looks at your friends like, you know, like just call that number and we can help you, okay? If you get arrested or get hurt, you just call and we'll help you out.
Okay.
So JP can add that guy as a contact to his sheet now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, in the same way that you can add Kirk to your sheet as a contact if you want.
Oh, God.
Is Kirk his cool street name?
Yeah, you probably.
So
his real name is like Theodore.
Adam, one thing
I'm Kirk.
One thing that Crusher's perfected, along with the thumbs up, is he puts his arms out like this and then he rolls them perfectly, like it's a fucking immaculate roll, and I do that at the orc.
It probably makes a really cool series of like servo noises too.
Yeah, and I do that at the orc, and I just stand there and look at him when I'm done, and see how he reacts.
All right, cool. Yeah, he like nods and he he like checks his watch and is like, it's not worth waiting in line, and he like goes to call a cab or something. He leaves.
Okay.
Cool. So what are you guys gonna do?
I go and pick up all the guns and hand them back to the crew.
Okay.
So is today Wednesday?
It is.
Oh
It's
no,
the
today's a
third,
week
right?
before.
Isn't that what you
Yeah,
said?
today's a week before.
Yeah, it's a week before, but then it was the last session was the 3rd, and then you guys took 2 days to rest, so that's why it's so busy. It's Friday night.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Can I quick check the cred stick to see how much is on there for expenses?
Okay. So it's not a preloaded cred stick. You use it. It's like a credit card, right? Like it'll hit a limit, but you can always like prompt it to like refresh the limit. Like it's a card built specifically for a credit stick built specifically for like expense accounts. So
Okay.
as it gets approved, you'll get more credit if you need it.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
This is a really random question. I was looking up stuff on limbs, Adam, and it says each pair of limbs replaced counts as 1 level of dermal armor. So
Awesome.
do I have +2 because I have 2 arms?
No, it's each pair. So
each pair. So I just have
yeah,
another
if
+1
you replace
armor.
both your legs, then you get another set. But
Okay, and it also says cyber limbs may have spurs and hand razors at no additional loss to the user's system.
yeah, you have to pay for them, but you could install blades or claws
Gotcha.
in the cyber arms in it because you're just modifying metal. You're not modifying your own body anymore. Whatever's
Gotcha.
left of it.
Okay, I'll figure out how much this shit costs. All right.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so as I'm slinging my AK over my back, I say, we have some time to prepare for this. We could just go find another club right now.
I look kind of delighted at that idea. Are we gonna hang out more?
I sure, I guess.
Sure.
I mean, we got a lot of stuff to do. I'm just saying, you know, what if it takes a while to get the car? Can you even drive? I don't know. I can't drive.
I mean, not now. Like Breakdown's had a few.
Wait, let's just hire a chauffeur with our car, so none of us have to drive ever.
Yeah.
I can drive a bike. Does that help?
No.
No. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to like get a cab or whatever, you're welcome to do so. You want to just like find another club to go to?
I mean, okay. Out of character.
Set.
What do
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have to do to prep before she gets here?
Well, let's make a checklist. We have to get a car that we can drive her around in.
Uh-huh.
We probably want
I
to.
have a car. I have a car. Don't worry, guys.
No, we need a car that fits all. Well, shit.
Oh.
We need a car that fits most of us. We're gonna have Crusher. We're gonna get one of them haul cars to take him around to each of the spots and just drop him off.
I mean, they do make vehicles big enough for trolls.
And that's what
they're
we'll
just,
get.
They're just a lot more expensive, and yeah, it's fine.
I mean, we don't all have to be together at the same time. At one point, we have to pick up an interviewer and bring it to her, so we can just leave Crusher with her.
All the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cute. And then they'll fall in love.
We should
Millions of babies.
We should probably do, you know, at least like an information scout on each of the locations that they're going to be. That's something that I can work on. And I guess we have to arm ourselves.
What can I do?
That's an excellent question. What can you do?
I can heal, and I can commune with doves, and
Actually, you can drive.
I can drive.
So you should be in charge of getting the vehicle
So I'm gonna
that fits us all.
because this is only the second session, and because y'all don't know your characters all that well yet, I will mention there is something else that you can do.
Me?
Breakdown, yeah. So
Oh,
you can summon you can summon spirits, and spirits can.
Yeah, I can summon sky spirits.
Yeah, and so they can like surveil people. They can do all kinds of services for you. So that is a thing that you could definitely do in preparation.
Yeah, so I can do some surveillance too with my sky spirits.
Okay.
I'm just at this entire time. I'm just standing and just like looking around constantly.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not really communicating at all.
the thing with spirits, like nature spirits, you summon them and they disappear at either sunrise or sunset, whichever comes first. So, I mean, you could summon one now to like do various things for you, but it'll go away when the sun comes up. But the day that she arrives, you can always summon another one and have it like hang around and do stuff.
Nice.
Cool. Okay. Blah. That's me telling you all about my abilities.
You get the car.
Okay.
You get the
I
call.
start to walk away like I'm gonna get it right now.
Okay.
The sooner we get it done,
No,
the better.
no one gives a shit, so they
Yeah, you
let me just go.
walk away. Are you
and
going to
drive
get
back.
are you going to get your own car, or are you going to like? fly
Yeah,
the
I'm
cab?
walking to my car, but can't quite remember where it is. So I start walking in one direction, and then I go, and then I just start walking in the other direction, and I just keep walking that way.
Okay, so where do you
Maybe
want to
it's there.
do where do you want to do your planning? Like, do you all go to somebody's house, or what's the plan?
I have a low income lifestyle, so I at least have a place we could meet at.
Yeah, me too. I'm low income.
I'm a middle income.
Oh,
shit,
whoa!
baller.
What?
I know.
This is why we keep
Don't
Never
tell
brought
anybody.
this Over. You've what the fuck?
Don't tell anybody.
I thought you
No.
lived in the woods.
She
Look,
totally.
my
has
parents had a lot of money.
When you say that, my card thing opens and I just hand you a card and then hand you a second one.
Well, it's funny because in Shadowrun particularly, but in like Cyberpunk in general, the middle class is the rarest class. Like, you're either super poor, like most of you are, or super rich. And the fact that Breakdown, like, is like moderately well off is super weird.
Why do you dress like
Oh,
that?
wait,
babe? Why are you
actually,
dressed in,
I
like,
wouldn't be.
colors?
I wouldn't be. Because originally I spent all of my money on being middle class, and then I decided to spend it all on a car.
No.
So maybe I still have the apartment, but like I can't pay rent next month.
Right.
I thought you lived in your car, in your trunk.
I feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah.
All right, well, good. Everything's all flattened back out. So, okay. So whose house do you go to?
Wait, so she doesn't have the apartment anymore?
She never did.
I never did.
Breakdown.
I'm a liar.
I take the cards back. Just
Can one of our
Give me that.
can one of our low income places have a meet with 4 Shadowrunners?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's enough room for you to sit, like, kind of semi-uncomfortably on your, like, dumpstered couch in your cinder block chair.
Do they have roommates? Like awkward roommates like Kirk?
Nah. No awkward
Shut up.
roommates. And I have my tabletop computer there as well. So
So, dude, it sounds like y'all are going to Bonbon's house. All right.
All right, party up.
So, Bonbon, what's your low income housing situation look like? Okay, so first of all, have any of you been to Bonbon's house before?
have we?
Definitely not me.
you tell me,
Yeah.
because if you say yes, I'm going to make you describe it.
Yeah,
That'll be the challenge.
yeah, sure. I've been. I'll describe your place.
Yeah, JP.
So there's no actual lights in the entire place. Everything is lit by LCDs or blinking like LED lights. And like as you open the door, it back ends. It doesn't open all the way. It actually like slams into a shelf that is just filled with a bunch of like cassette tapes and whatever data storage he uses. I don't know if it's like giant ass fucking disk drives or what it is. Everything's pretty much black. As you look around, there's really no cups. There's no eating utensils. There's kind of just stacks of fast food and boxes that are made out of cardboard at certain areas. And then like the clothes are just in a giant heap. One is clean and one is dirty. There's no like laundry basket or anything like that. And then you walk into his bedroom and there's a desk that is just pristine that has like this amazing fucking computer on it. And the entire room is just a fucking mess except for the desk, which is like the most glorious thing in his house. It's almost a shrine.
Look, I can't.
Or
I
in her
like
house,
Mr.
sorry.
Wong's. I like Mr. Wong's secret Chinese. You order from there, you never know what you're gonna get. It's part of the fun.
Awesome. So the most important thing about walking into a computer nerd's house, Bonbon, what is your desktop wallpaper?
It's my avatar.
Yeah.
It's like my bonbon. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you're all in the like dark apartment lit by the like built-in lights inside your computer case and the like fiber optic cables running along the ceiling. Um, and Bonbon, yeah, what do you do? Is there furniture? Do you like clear a space? You like knock over some CompuServe zip disks to like give people a place to
Yeah,
sit down?
like a couple milk crates get flipped over, and I put them over in the corner, and there's a couch. You could tell how old it is. I probably got it off of the street. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. So it's about I don't know, like 11 at night. You're all in Bonbon's apartment. What now?
Breakdown. You gotta call and get the call. I do have a phone you can use. I know you're probably not used to it, but
What is his phone made out of?
I mean, it's probably a plastic phone.
Yeah, I'm like wincing. And I'm like, no, it's cool. I can do it tomorrow.
well, it's a good thing I got a speaker. Here it is. Just press this button, and you can hear it. You don't have to touch anything.
I like.
I mean, as far as phones
I
go,
like wrap my hand up like this, and I start pressing buttons.
as far as phones go, it's pretty sweet. It's like cordless and has a built-in answering machine.
That is pretty dope.
Yeah, it's super cool. Okay, so you're just gonna like call around, like you call the operator and ask for like a car service. You want to arrange
Yeah,
that?
I
Okay.
grab. Well, I start looking for a phone book.
No problem. You find a phone book.
I find like a big yellow phone book, and I start flipping through it until I find the car section, and then I just start calling places.
In a city this big and this dense, there's probably several phone books. So yeah, there's like a stack of them somewhere, and you can go through them. What kind of car do you want to get? I mean, I don't need to know like specifically like what car from the book, but what type of vehicle are you looking to get for your
I'm planning on saying a big car.
a big car?
A big car.
Like a limousine or like a Hummer or like
A tall car.
a tall or there's like a tall bike. Does Breakdown not know anything about cars?
Not really.
Okay,
I mean,
so everybody gets to witness half of the most awkward conversation about cars ever put to telephone.
We're just sitting there going like,
I'll have your tallest car, sir or madam.
Hello. I was wondering if you had a big, more like a tall.
You see like Crusher going
car.
like this and then going like this.
I'm like watching him and like mimicking his gestures. Tall car. You have a tall car.
A thumbs
please?
up. A thumbs up.
So Night Sass, you've listened to your former agent, like call car services for you before a million times. This is some amateur level stuff. Do you want to take over? Or are you just gonna watch?
Once again, I kind of just want to screw with him. I think color is most important. Specify the color.
Right. So you're
Specify the
all
color,
giving
huh?
Breakdown
Okay.
advice now.
and in the shiniest color you have.
I like point to my arm.
No, not the most unshiny color you have. In the middle. Actually, in the middle. Maybe like sort of shiny.
All right. So the person on the other end of the phone
I'm like
tries
trying
really
to gauge
hard.
what everybody wants.
Yeah, she tries really hard to figure out what kind of car you want, and like asks a lot of questions about like, well, you know, what do you need this vehicle for, and you know,
I have a lot of friends, tall friends.
You just
Need
see
a
my
car
hand
for
go
tall
straight up
friends.
in the sky and it just rips through the roof as I'm trying to
Really
raise
tall
my hand.
friends.
all right. So you eventually manage to navigate your way through the conversation with the helpful person on the other end of the line, and your friends shouting invectives at you.
Right.
So what kind of car do you actually want? Like you're looking for like
A van, right? We would
Okay.
want a van.
yeah.
Because she doesn't want to stand out.
Yep.
But we need a car that can hold all of us.
Right.
So we would want like a pretty nondescript van, I think.
Okay. All right. When she asks you if you need any security upgrades, how do you respond?
I look at them and go,
It needs to be bulletproof.
a bulletproof
Okay.
car.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I'll just arrange that for you. No problem. Like that's a normal thing.
Maybe some tinted windows in the back.
Tinted windows.
I look at you just say it phonetically, like you don't know what the word means. Okay, so you get around to ordering the van by council, and you give them, I guess, like Bonbon's address. They'll have someone drive by and drop it off for you the next day.
Well, we don't need it so soon. We could. I mean, I guess if we have money to spare, we can.
Yeah.
They have it delivered the
We
day
don't
before.
need it till Wednesday.
Okay.
Actually, no. Let's get it Tuesday so we could drive it around.
I need it Wednesday.
Feel comfortable.
Tuesday. We need it
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, August 9th, they will drop off your vehicle for you.
Thank you. You've been so helpful.
All right.
I'm so
We'll
sorry.
inspect it for damage and let you know if there's anything that we see before you drop it off, just so you know.
The car's probably full of all kinds of sensors that'll take care of that for you. You're not getting your damage deposit back. So do you mention you need it to be like troll adapted?
No.
Okay.
I specifically don't say that.
Okay.
I just keep saying I have very tall
friend.
friends.
I think
need
she'd probably ask,
tall
like,
car.
does this need to be a troll accessible vehicle?
I look at them like, should I say yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So they make a note of that. So your car is arranged, no problem. What else do you want to do? What other prep would you like to do? And it doesn't all have to be right like tonight. Like we'll montage the rest of the prep because some stuff's going to take some time. But like Bonbon, what do you want to do in preparation?
Sorry, my wife just walked in and is like, "Where's your wallet?" And I'm like, "Is that all I'm good for?" Yeah, she's laughing like, "Yeah."
All right.
We have the car. I mean, I guess like, maybe I can reach out to my corporate secretary and find out if, they can give me any information on any of those locations, anything we might want to be worried about, what they've dealt with before for security.
Okay.
Yeah, if you
All
could
right.
find some good sniping locations, that would probably help me out. Or if there's like buildings nearby that I could snipe from.
Exactly.
Okay. So you're gonna ask secretary about that?
Yeah, so I think Miss Delaney is the corporate secretary on my contacts list.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Do you know what corporation does she work for?
Fuck, I don't remember. Help me remember.
Did you have one in mind already? Or like you want to remember a specific one, or you just want me to give you a random Shadowrun corporation?
Yeah, give me a random one.
Okay. She could work for Az Technology. She could work for Fuchi. She could work for Renraku. What kind of stuff do you want her? She could work for Ares. Ares is a good one.
Great, Ares. She works for the Ares Corporation.
Okay. Yeah, Ares makes like vehicles. They make like hardware basically. They make guns, vehicles, spacecraft. They do a lot of like construction. Yeah, big
Sure.
things. They're not cybernetics or anything.
But they've definitely been around to the University of Washington, man. They're like giving lectures there and shit. Yeah. I want to contact Miss Delaney and ask her if she can tell me if there's any special considerations they give to their security when they go to these locations.
Okay, are you gonna offer her anything for this work and information, or are you just gonna be like, we're buds, just do it?
Yeah. I'd offer her 1,000 nuyen.
Okay, yeah. If you're gonna pay her 1,000 yen, then she'll do it.
I'm gonna expense it.
I don't know if you can expense that. She doesn't want it on the books.
Acquisition of information. Oh,
You can-
fine.
Paper trail. Come on, Bonbon, you've done this before.
Fine.
Okay. All right. Let's make a. I want to use your stats to see how successful she is. So just make a charisma roll.
All right. My charisma is Jesus. Now that I'm using this new sheet, I forget where all this stuff is. Oh, yeah, 4. Great.
Okay.
And what's my target then?
Your target is going to be 3 for this one.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yes. Well done. Okay. So she sends you some, like, they're not officially public documents, but they're like patrol reports and some information from Knight Errant. Knight Errant is Ares' like police force for hire. They're like they're a competitor to Lone Star. So you get some information about the locations, about like the airport security. So as we're playing, if you wanna like ask if there's anything about like certain places, like before you go to them, I can give you some information from that roster. You definitely have it available to you.
Okay, great.
Knight's Ass, do you do anything that you want to do to get ready for your mission?
I mean, we could walk around the buildings too if we haven't been there. I've definitely never heard of this Unive for Washington Place. Yeah, the Washington Place. Never been there. No.
Never been to the Temple of Learning.
Univer City. It's where all the nerds live.
Our first 2 days do involve locales there, so maybe we should check out the hotel. Where is the interview happening?
So if you look at she has several interviews.
No, I mean the deliver interview from Maguire Magazine. Where the?
Oh, that's just at the hotel. He's gonna.
Oh, okay. So we got.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we check out the hotel and the university, then we'll pretty much have day 1 and 2 covered.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also like to summon a sky spirit and have it, because we would know where, like, would we know where Humanus like meets?
I mean, could you like, if I asked you to,
like,
could you
would
tell me
Bonbon be
where-
able to figure it out?
Yeah, Bonbon would be able to find out by going into some BBSs and digging around, but like on average, it's not like
We wouldn't,
welcome to
like,
Humanus
just know.
headquarters, because it would get
Right.
burned down in a second by people who are not dicks. But yeah, they have their own like bulletin board systems on the Matrix, so yeah, Bonbon could try and hacksaws those.
Could a sky spirit get to where they meet and like see what they talk about?
Sky Spirit could check them out once you found out where they are, for sure.
I pitched this idea to Bonbon. So I was thinking, I just realized I could totally summon a sky spirit, right? And if you know where the Humanus people are going to be discussing their stuff, then my sky spirit could find them and then tell us what they talk about.
I may actually know a BBS or 2 that I might be able to jack into to find some information. It might take a little bit of time, but yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I'm really excited because I feel useful. Yes.
Yeah, good job. All right, so the Humanist Poly Club, like, they keep their shit on the down low. Like, they employ hackers to like mask their locations. They're not easy to find. So you can go in and just start Googling the darknet or whatever, trying to find them, but that's going to be the hardest way. Like, if you could fake, how do you want to find them? What's your plan?
So I'm not going to try to attempt to like log into any of their official systems, even if they are masked and whatnot, for that exact reason. I would rather just go to like the underground BBSs where I could potentially find this information out.
So you just want to hit up Shadowland and ask around?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So it's less it's going to be less a computer roll because you're not doing any hacking, and more like information gathering. So you can use, I would say, use street etiquette for this.
Okay.
Cyber streets.
Okay. Great. I think my street etiquette is 5.
Okay.
So
target number for finding out just like any location where the humanists like congregate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drop it on. What is it?
It's a target number 5.
Okay. Bam.
Thanks. Well done. Totally. So you find a thread that's only like a couple of days old. Like the most recent post was like an hour ago. There's a couple of course you have to dig through it to figure out like again because even though it's the distant cyberpunk future, BBSs are still primarily text based and like they use posts and stuff because they're harder to track, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, you find a thread where someone is like, like I'm trying to figure out about like humanist locations in my neighborhood because I'm afraid they're gonna like mess up my family. And then somebody's like, shut up, orc trash. And then there's a big flame war. But throughout the thread, a couple of people are like, oh, well, I heard they congregate at these locations. And then people investigate those locations, and in a separate thread, you find in like a hidden thread on one of the metahuman boards, it's like known humanist locations, and it lists a few, and most of them are crossed off because they seem to abandon them and then find other meeting locations as they get busted. But yeah, there's one that's like fairly recent. It's in Everett, and it's like a Irish pub in Everett called McNulty's.
Okay. I share this information with Breakdown.
Okay.
I give the thumbs up, and then I go outside and I stand like this for a while.
Okay, so Bon, is your apartment like you're in a big like a block style like apartment with a whole bunch of other
Totally.
people?
Yeah,
okay.
totally.
So Breakdown, do you go down to the street or you try to
I go down to the street, I'm outside. Actually, no, I go onto the roof.
Okay.
I go onto the roof if I can. Can I get onto the roof?
Sure, yeah.
I get onto the roof and then I stand like
cool.
this.
All right. All right, so Nightsass and Breakdown are up on the roof, and yeah, there's like, because it's Seattle, there's like a storm sort of brewing, and you get this like big view of Seattle. You can see the bay off in the distance. You can see like the water. The biggest thing in the skyline is like there's the Space Needle, and then there's the Renraku Arcology. It's this huge like mega building. And then off in the distance through the smog, you can also see the As Technology Pyramid. It's like a big honking pyramid with all these like green lights on it. But it's hard to see because there's all the smog. But you can see still, despite the clouds that are forming, you can still see straight through to the sky where the stars are. And you start summoning up the power within to conjure a spirit. And let's take a break and we'll make the roll when we come back.
Perfect. We'll see you guys in just a bit as we go into hour 3. We'll be right back.
Okay.